at least I believe I am, go to war come July 21st. This is one of the top fights of the year, could be the fight of the year. And we still have a big order to follow after the May 5th fight with Oscar De La Hoya and Floyd Mayweather.
I remember speaking to you at the Tarver press conference at Hollywood Park. You had said outright you would never come back to fight. I predicted you would come back to fight. What made you come back to fight?
What made me come back to fight is because I can.
Well, is there any other reason besides that? I mean, any other motivation for you to make history?
I mean,
want a bigger and better
want to make history again by knocking Winky Wright out. So the bottom line is that a lot of people can come back in a fight and shouldn't. I don't think there's a whole bunch of people, if any person saying that Bernard Hopkins is too old. No one is talking about Bernard Hopkins like they're talking about Holyfield. So as long as I'm not embarrassing myself in the sport and my family, then I can continue to do what I do as long as I know that I can do it. And eventually, I am going to get tired, and that's when I'm going to go in retirement.
Final prediction?
Final prediction, I just told you. I just told everybody. Winky Wright gets beat up, and he gets stopped for the first time in his career. He'll make history.
Thank you very much.
You look at two guys that is legends in this era, that can fight, that come to fight, and that had longevity of holding their own, no matter what you think about it. Listen, people say that me and Tarver fight was going to be boring. I got to see how, thank God I've been a collector of my own life. Seriously. And I look back at articles and I laugh and say, man, that guy probably somewhere eating crow right now. But what I notice about these people, they have, and it's not to beat up on the media, because I endorse them speaking their mind. But don't do it to the point where it become biased, because everybody's watching, everybody's reading. One of the reasons I'm back because I want to continue to put the salt on the wound for those who want to see me go down, for those who want to see me have what they consider a bad night. That's one of the reasons, because I have my own reasons, and there's a lot of them. Because one of them is that Bernard Hopkins is not going to leave because he's bored or nothing to do. He's going to leave when he's actually retired and he feels that he can't do it no more, whether that's physically, whether that's mentally and spiritually, and just ain't there no more. You got a new guy in front of you with a new body. Y'all seen it June 10th. Y'all was in awe. You're shocked that I made it look so easy. And I'm telling you right now, check your heart medicine, check your blood pressure medicine, because I don't want nobody going to cardiac arrest and die in Mandalay Bay watching this performance from a 42-year-old man. It's very profound. It's never heard of. When I die, they're going to check my DNA. They're going to keep my bones in the museum and study them. The one that makes this athlete the way he is
You've
today.
seen Jermaine Taylor after you fought him a few times. What do you
He's
think
done.
about him now?
Finished.
What do you think about
What
him
do you
now?
think about him? Your opinion. Your non-biased opinion. Seriously. I'll be honest.
I think he's ordinary as a bag of sand. I don't think he's that great of a
I
fighter.
think that the two fights with me took about 3 or 4 years of his career. It's not as harsh as the David Reed career, but you're going to see him downslide. Anybody can beat Jermaine Taylor now if they just give him the decision. Corey Spinks did a hell of a job. And see, sometimes it's not meant for me to comment on certain things because they say, oh, he's saying it because of this. Well, they can't get the infomercial. They need somebody on the ground. What they going to do, get that Toyo Gaddy to fight him next? I mean, I know HBO is really disappointed. You know, they bought a bag of goods. It's not there. Corey Spinks fought the same fight that Floyd fought. Right. The same exact fight I'm watching, and I'm saying, wow. I'm like, yo, Corey, you got to get this. But then I'm hearing the Good Old Boy Network say he can't win a title running. He's throwing this. The man is light in the ass. He's not a middleweight. He's not a big puncher. Zab put down Corey Spinks. So nobody expecting Corey Spinks to knock out Jermaine Taylor, and you want him, because of the Good Old Boy Networks, want that infomercial, him on the ground, and now we can promote this, forget the other fights, but they got fooled again. And it's unbelievable to sit there and expect a junior middleweight who never had power, who don't have the best of chins, just have ability, and have a great last name, and is my friend, can fight. They want him all of a sudden to be a gorilla. The man never been that. Y'all picked him because he's not that. Right. But see, I already was exposed. See, you know what exposed that whole hypocrisy? Beating Jermaine Taylor. Beating Jermaine Taylor. And then he fought the following week, everybody said, oh. And it's unfair to Jermaine, honestly. even though I mentioned his name when I brought all this subterfuge and deceit that played out in this thing, look where I'm at in my career now, and look where he's at in my career now. He got the belts, but he don't have the star power. He don't have the fame. He don't have the respect. They're not giving it to him. You heard the analyst last night.
Right.
You know why? He's haunted by the Bernard Hopkins. He's haunted by the Bernard Hopkins. See, when you take something the wrong way, see, with me, I'm fine with it. Because I sit back now, the Tarver fight then blew the top off the lid, because what that did is say, see what happens? Y'all can't even do nothing. Even though y'all messed up in front of everybody's eyes with Dwayne Ford last vote giving Jermaine Teller at best a draw, y'all done screwed up again now. Y'all done ruined the product, and it's unfair to a young fighter like Jermaine Teller, who's countrified, that can't understand what the hell is going on with him, that he's being used and pimped, and when he find out, he's going to be too late. See, because he don't understand. He don't understand. He don't understand. The best break that happened is when Miranda got knocked out. But that might not be a break, because you got Aram, who's sitting right there with the tall guy, who Jermaine is be crazy to fight. He better fight Joe Gazaki, get the payday, get beat, and then say, man, I got to go up to light heavyweight in 160 because I'm too big for one for middleweight. Now I'm thinking like a promoter now and a manager. But the bottom line is this. A lot of people wanted me to keep that promise and leave. The ghost is back. Winky was right. A ghost is, that's what I've been to them. A thorn in their ass. A ghost. A nightmare.
Bernard, a fighter, they say a fighter's the last one to know when it's time to hang him up. How will you know?
I don't want the last one to know.
How will you know?
You don't know.
But how will you know?
Fighters don't retire from the ring. Quote, the ring retire fighters. It ain't my job to know. That ring and that person that's banging upside your head will let you know they're retired. See, a lawyer goes in the courtroom. He got to be sharp. He got to be witty. He got to be on his game, right?
Right.
Who tells a lawyer when it's time to go? Losing cases? Not being sharp? Being old? F. Lee Bailey, one of the biggest, powerful lawyers, old. You don't hear too much about. Listen, the courtroom retire lawyers. Lawyers don't retire from the courtroom. When you don't have it, baby, you don't have it. But you got a blueprint from me that we shouldn't be talking about. When are you going to know? Because if you have a TV and if you was there, which you was, and you don't want to have that profound face like the, you know, like deer headlights. No, seriously, I'm looking right at the man. I mean, he can say, lie and tell me that it wasn't him. Let me tell you something. You're dealing with a unique athlete that you probably will never see again in your lifetime. Enjoy, baby. Don't knock it. Don't try to figure it out because maybe I'm not human. But this enjoy it, because think about it. As much as I might be a pain in the ass every now and to you, what else personality and person that you run across tomorrow, next month, next year, or even take the chance on risking that? Enjoy me while I'm here. Enjoy me while I'm here, because you might not never see. I'm not saying you will never see another me, but don't risk that. People have been waiting for another Jim Brown. He's not here. We've been waiting for another Muhammad Ali. Look at the heavyweight division now. You know, every now and then, I might be that guy, I might not be that guy. But what I'm saying is, if the guy, which I can still do it at a high level and not pick a cream puff and pick a Winky Wright, which you have to agree, and everybody else, because I'm not picking on you,
Right, no, I know.
is that Winky is not an easy opponent to look good with, and he's definitely not an easy opponent to beat. Because he's safety belt first, which is good if you're driving. But this is boxing. This is boxing. If you got 4 wheels, safety belts is good. But he's a safety belt guy. I understand that. But he promised us. And I want y'all to understand, and I'm promising you, that in this new body, like I promised him, I promised this fella, and I promised everybody that's probably in here, that I know by face or know by name. I'm not taking this fight because I'm desperate because of the last 2 fights. Some have read. I'm not taking this fight for a payday because this is my last fight. Some have read. I'm taking this fight because I know I can win. And I'm taking this fight because there's an extreme risk. That's been me. That, love me or hate me, my career has been what? Gutsy.